this upcoming Friday, we're going to have Leila Seder. With this going to have Leila Seder, people ask, Rabbi, what's the earliest time we allow to start Leila Seder? Do you know, Rabotai, the Gemara in Masechet Yoma, and also in Masechet Shabbat, Gemara says that we allow to accept any holiday earlier than the time it comes. Because we have a rule called Mosifim Michol ala Kodesh. The person, for example, Shabbat comes in, right? A person wants to make early Shabbat. Right now we have on the third floor, Minyan, earlier, 5:50 or 6 o'clock this week they said, they're going to be Minha, the upstairs, the third floor. So they want to accept the Shabbat earlier. But they don't want to eat late, they don't want to have the less time with the kids, they want to have more time with the kids. So now, every Shabbat, a person is allowed to accept the Shabbat earlier. Before the sun sets, he's allowed already to pray Arvit. How early is allowed to accept the Shabbat? Says the halakha, up to hour and 15 minutes before Shkia. When Shkia is? Hour and 15 minutes before that is going to be Plaga Mincha. From that time, you're allowed already to accept the Shabbat at that time. So if right now Shkia is about 7:30, 7:35, so Plaga Mincha it says over here, 6:12. 6:12, already it's considered to be Plaga Mincha. Already a person is allowed to accept the Shabbat at Friday, and even though outside it's still light. Or he prayed Arvit, he comes outside it's still light. Halakha says that's already 100% Shabbat, because we have the power to accept the Shabbat earlier. So too, any other holiday, we are allowed to accept that holiday earlier than the time that it really comes. However, says the halakha, the case it's not like this in Leila Seder. In Leila Seder, even though it's also a holiday, but you're not allowed to accept that holiday earlier than the time it's actually coming. So what's the reason? It says because the holiday of Pesach, the Torah says, I want you to eat Korban Pesach, va'achelu et habasar balayla hazeh tzeli esh al matzot umrorim yocheluhu. The Torah says, I want you to eat that Korban Pesach balayla hazeh. You have to be eating it at Laila. What is Laila? Night. Since the Torah says the word Laila, Chachamim telling us you're not allowed to start Leila Seder before it becomes Laila, before it's actually night. But that is subject to a machloket. It's a machloket in the poskim. Says Rav Ovadia Yosef, if a person wants to be lenient, he has whom to rely on, start Leila Seder. I'm talking Leila Seder Kiddush. He is allowed to start from 7:34 Shkia time, sunset. Som Sasiela, you're allowed to start the Kiddush. That's the lenient opinion. If a person wants to be stricter, he should start 7:50, 7:49, 7:50. That's the time you should start Kiddush at upcoming Friday. This upcoming Friday is not a regular Friday. This upcoming Friday is a holiday for Pesach. So since you have the holiday of Pesach, every other Friday you're allowed to start Kiddush earlier. But here the Torah says, I want you to eat the matzot, I want you to do the Haggadah, I want you to do the Kiddush whenever it's night time. So even though you prayed Arvit earlier, you cannot start the Kiddush earlier, because the Kiddush you have to wait until Lechatchila Tzedek Kochavim. Yes, Chisholot Shelavei Kotzei Kochavim Jirjad, 7:50. He's allowed to start from 7:35. That's the second best. But earlier than that, halakha doesn't allow to a person to do it. Bottom line, it's machloket, but bottom line, we don't allow such a thing. Now, don't forget, Rabotai, also, that on upcoming Musaf of Shabbat, we're going to have, it's the first day of Pesach. The Musaf of Shabbat, we have also Pesach. It's together. And the Gemara tells us in Masechet Ta'anit that the Musaf of Shabbat, of Pesach, the first day, we change from Mashiv Ruach or Morid HaGeshem to Morid HaTal. The halakha says if a person made a mistake and he said, at that Musaf only, Mashiv Ruach Morid HaGeshem, he doesn't repeat the prayer. The Chazan that made a mistake in the repetition will repeat the prayer. But from that Musaf and on, any person that made a mistake, the Chazan or the person, the Mitpalelim, if you made a mistake, instead of saying Morid HaTal, you said Mashiv Ruach Morid HaGeshem. Says the halakha, you have to repeat, if you finish the prayer, you have to repeat the entire prayer again. So tell the women, Rabotai, not to forget, because the women also pray. Then tell them this upcoming Shabbat Musaf and on. Yes, Molitzis Musaf, only. If they pray Mincha, if they pray, tell them, Jonah, from this time on, no more Mashiv Ruach Morid HaGeshem. From this time on, Morid HaTal. If she made a mistake, she has the same rules like the men had the rules. She will have to repeat the entire prayer. Also, don't forget, Rabotai, this upcoming Friday night, is going to be the longest Birkat Hamazon, because we're going to have Ya'aleh V'Yavo for Pesach, and we're going to have Retzeh V'Chalitzenu for Shabbat, and the rest of the Birkat Hamazon. The halacha says, what if a person forgot Ya'aleh V'Yavo on Leil Seder, on Zabur? It doesn't matter if it is men or women. If you forget Ya'aleh V'Yavo in Birkat Hamazon, the first 2 nights of Leil Seder, halacha obligates the men and the women to repeat the entire Birkat Hamazon again. So therefore, because the women also obligated in matzot, anytime you obligated in something and you missed out on that obligation, to mention that obligation, you have to repeat. So since women obligated to eat matzah, they're also obligated to mention Ya'aleh V'Yavo. If they forget to say Ya'aleh V'Yavo, they have to repeat the entire prayer, the entire Birkat Hamazon again. So be very attentive, because there is a lot of changes these upcoming days, not to make any mistake, and does not Hashem fulfill the mitzvah the right way.